Nearly three abreast, it is three abreast, and now there's some contact, and that's a spin right at the head of the order, the worst possible place for it to have happened. But thankfully the spinning car is not in the middle of the racetrack, and a lot have managed to get through unscathed. Again, some more contact for the Vanina Rix Porsche, and there are more spinners further around turn 3.
Motorsport 98, one of the Breton cars is involved there as well. That's a 26. Can't quite see which car it is behind.
The Bula car goes for a spin, but thankfully ends up in a relatively safe area. I mean, entirely blocking the escape road, but that could have been an awful lot worse.
It was the Breton car, as I described, that went wide, and then of course they can see the impact there to the left, but it was all started with the 26 car running wide between turns 1 and 2.
Over the back car, number 31.
There's a car went to driver's right. That's the Breton racing car, and this is about to be hit by Andrew Ferguson there. That's that one. There's Motorsport 98 going backwards.
It's facing the wrong way. You wait all day to get your race underway, and it lasts a matter of seconds.
Mark Patterson has pitted the number 49 high-class racing car. The car's in trouble in a variety of manners. Might have been the Breton racing car that went to wide on driver's right, spun back across the face of Andrew Ferguson. Separate incident here for the number 74 car.
Samir Ben, yeah, it might be Ben starting the car. Check on that in a moment. No, it wasn't. It was Mikel Pitamba, which you said at the time. I'm still puzzled what happened to the 31. We know that the rear was heavily damaged, but I don't want to say we necessarily expected this, but so many new drivers, a little bit of rust to knock off, of course, after months away. Leave the track there.
He got hit.
Coming out of turn 7.
I think he was hit from the rear.
Heavily, and then after that, we weren't quite finished yet, because straight lining turn 9.
Already damaged.
Yes.
I think is that the 49?
It's got some elite sponsorship on the engine cover, I notice.
Damaged
from pit road. So the Mercedes, oh, there's contact at turn 9 between the Mercedes and the number 50 car, which is the recovering pole-sitting car. Thomas Morant is here, isn't he?
He's in an EDEC Sports LMP2 car.
Yeah, he's not in this race.
No.
The wrong time, or did it go through a red light at the end of pit road, and that was as a result of tact. There's a spin coming out of turn 12.
That was Terence Woodward. That was Terence Woodward before he pitted the car, and he's been into the wall.
That would explain the retirement then. Have to do. Doesn't have any racing speed, just a knock on the Ebby Motors Porsche 95 up alongside 65, but there's been a spin for the Biogas Motorsport Ferrari out of vision.
Did he spin? Do you guess he did?
I'm guessing, yeah, but maybe just no power. It wasn't a full spin.
It wasn't a full spin, but took the wind out the sails of the 296, didn't it?
So that's a real back up to speed. You've got to select first gear, which can be a process when the car's not quite ready.
I think he's just lost a place as well to Thomas Inburg in the surviving CD Sport car, the 30, across the infield, and we'll have to seat that position. Let's see how that started. Colin has got elbows out, double hit.
It was a nibble at the rear that then spat the front of the car left and slammed it into the Mercedes for a second time. The Mercedes is much more heavily beached. At least Oscar Thun, the racetrack, has
gained immediately. That's going to require an intervention. So what a topsy-turvy race he's had, and trouble for Schnell, I think. Gets a drive-through penalty, causing a collision at turn. In time, 3-4. That was almost the biggest accident in the world. But I don't understand that. But we'll just carry on talking the way this race is running at the moment. But they were a full lap.
Well, they were locked into position.
Oh, there's a door open on the Adess.
Huge incident for the Porsche, which goes sideways and now is on fire, sitting in the middle of the racetrack. That's the engine end, and of course, you cannot continue the race in that situation. So we've got, and from it, assisted at this stage.
It was the 51 hit the rear right of the Porsche that catapulted Vanina's car into the wall at very high speed. I am beyond relieved.
To steer it out of the gravel track.
He was basically firing things. Dane Aronson, I don't think is going to get out there without assistance. Breton Racing, and that might well need intervention as well.
So it's gone too deep into turn 10 by that big grandstand at the end of the long straight. David Drew brings the 97 car across the line in the dwindling twilight of the top two here at Barcelona.